President Paul Biya has once again extended a hand of peace to non-state armed groups in the bushes in the northwest and southwest regions, calling on them to drop their arms and come to a normal socio-economic lifestyle. So long, farewell. The days of feasting are over, and school goers resume classes tomorrow, Monday, January 4, for the start of the second term of the 2020-2021 school year, a term with a lot of challenges. Hello, good evening and welcome. I am Benin Bumagana. This is the 7:30 News.
Despite our efforts, COVID-19 plunged many families into mourning and seriously hampered the functioning of our economy and society.
President Paul Biya has once again called on non-state armed groups still in the bushes in the northwest and southwest regions to lay down their arms and join the disarmament, demobilization and reintegration centers so as to become part of mainstream society. The head of state repeated the call in his address to the nation on the 31st of December 2020. Here is an excerpt of the head of state's address selected by Ebenezer Akanga.
I once more urge the youths who have been enlisted in armed gangs to come out of the bush and sign up with the disarmament, demobilization and reintegration DDR centers in order to return to a normal life like their other young compatriots. The prevailing insecurity in the northwest and southwest regions in force. Otherwise, peace and stability would be jeopardized. I hail the patriotic spirit of those of our fellow citizens in the northwest and southwest regions who are not only increasingly cooperating with the defense and security forces, but are also courageously fighting these armed gangs. They have realized that these gangs are not acting in the interest of the people.
There are currently 530 ex-secessionists and Boko Haram fighters in the disarmament, demobilization and reintegration centers in the northwest and southwest and far north regions. Ebenezer Akanga reports on activities of the Day Air, as it is called, in 2020 and perspectives for 2021.
President Paul Biya remained consistent in his appeal to separatists and Boko Haram fighters who are still in the bushes to lay down their arms and join the DDR centers for reintegration into mainstream society.
The little activities that are going on in the centers now, agriculture, livestock breeding, vocational activities, carpentry, building, hairdressing and all the like, which we are doing now. We are going to do it at a bigger scale. Behind that, he put in a program, a long program, where we have to train them, radicalize them, follow them up until they can become normal Cameroonians.
Apart from expanding programs for reintegration of the ex-combatants, the DDR will in 2021 also continue implanting the structure on the ground.
We have a big center in Bamenda which can take more than 1,000 ex-fighters. Boya, the work is about to start. All the measures, financial, regulatory, are cleared, so it's going to start, we're sure. And sometime between February and March, the center in the extreme north is going to start.
There are currently 539 ex-combatants in the DDR centers in the southwest, northwest, and far north regions, and the head of state is once more appealing to fighters who are still in the bushes to drop their guns and join the centers, because this is the only honorable way out for them.
President Paul Biya has donated a consignment of clothing and foodstuff to ex-fighters of Boko Haram at the transit camp in Meri in the far north region. The donation ceremony took place in the presence of the Deputy National Coordinator of the National Disarmament, Demobilization and Reintegration Commission, Colonel Francis Ekoso Lisonge. Ayuk John Ashu reports.
The 214 ex-associates of Boko Haram, among them 80 children, 41 women and 93 men, exhibited down steps to express their gratitude to President Paul Biya for the clothing and foodstuff offered to them to usher in a promising new year 2021.
God bless him, because I do better something for us.
On behalf of the National Coordinator of the National Disarmament, Demobilization and Reintegration Commission, his deputy situated the gesture within the mainstream of actions undertaken by President Paul Biya to woo belligerent citizens to drop down their weapons.
From the President of the Republic, the symbolism of this gesture is to tell these ex-fighters that they can abandon definitely their previous lives.
It was also an occasion for the regional coordinator for the Far North, Umar Bishai, to commend the discipline and collaborative spirit of the penitent at the Meri Transit Center, who have promised to facilitate the decamping of other associates.
The population of the Adamawa North regions have been congratulated for collaborating with defense and security forces to crack down on trans-border crimes and the phenomenon of hostage taking for a ransom. The minister delegate at the presidency in charge of defense, Joseph Betty Asomo, saluted the courage of the people at the end of a two-day walking visit. Njiambonde Albert has a balance sheet of the minister's visit.
The third joint military region covers the Adamawa and the North regions, with the exception of the Mayo-Luti division. On the western border close to Nigeria, there have been persistent rumors of a rebellion in gestation. In the east close to the Central African Republic, fears of a spillover are real.
During the operation, we just found that they were just armed robbers who live from the other part of the borders and organized incursions in our territory for just the bandits. That's what I can say.
The North and the Adamawa regions equally face the problem of hostage takings for ransom, which has been contained but not totally eradicated in the Faro and the Faro and Dio divisions.
Seize the opportunity you've given me to congratulate the population of this area. They have been assisting us in giving us information, vital information for operations, escorting our soldiers into the hideouts of the rebels, of thieves, and then sometimes even they give us their bikes to help us enter areas where our vehicles cannot carry us.
Joseph Betty Asomo and the military high command head back to Yaoundé, abreast of the situation on the ground. The orientations of their commander-in-chief, President Paul Biya, are clear. They were congratulated for protecting state sovereignty, like in other regions of Cameroon. Threats to jeopardize the integrity of the state will surely not pass through the Adamawa.
Military staff who were promoted at the close of the week and received epaulets corresponding to their new ranks go to work Monday morning to begin fulfilling their new assignments. Stories of the epaulets award ceremonies in the Northwest, East and South regions in the following roundup.
These newly upgraded officers, among them lieutenant colonels and colonels, say their promotion is recognition for their relentless efforts in the struggle for a return to normalcy in the region.
Our hierarchy is encouraging us to keep up.
For me and my men working in the Northwest has been fruitful and rewarding. Rewarding because the situation is improving.
The 16 newly promoted have dedicated their epaulets to their fallen colleagues while pledging to serve more diligently so that peace can reign in all parts of the Northwest region.
At the Beto Gendarmerie Legion headquarters, 9 newly promoted lieutenants and 16 sub-lieutenants received their epaulets.
I am feeling very great, thank God. When you work hard, this is what we acquire.
Meanwhile, 21 gendarmes were raised to the rank of a gendarme major.
I'm very glad to have this promotion.
The colorful ceremony under the watchful eyes of Njachu Sani Hilaire, Legion Commander of the East, was witnessed by military and administrative authorities of the East as well as families and friends of the newly promoted.
The 56 newly promoted include 14 officers, 15 sub-officers, 19 soldiers of the rank and file, and 8 recipients of National Day honorific medals.
I'm very happy for this day.
I'm very happy for the new rank that I've just got.
At the end of the award ceremony, the commander of the 11th Motorized Infantry Brigade, Brigadier General Aswaila Blama, urged the beneficiaries to work harder so as to continue meriting the confidence of hierarchy.
Pupils and students are making last-minute preparations to go back to school tomorrow Monday for the start of the second term of the 2020-2021 school year. Our reporter Gerard Nanji Eyambe visited some colleges and travel agencies in Yaoundé to witness the mood and brought back this report.
The Christmas and New Year celebrations are over, and it's time for pupils and students to hit the road running for the resumption of classes for the second term of the 2020-2021 school year. At this college in the outskirts of the nation's capital, school administration are busy putting things in place.
In terms of a timetable, where there were lapses during the first term, we want to see how far we have gone with the modification, then strive to conclude equally with the GCE registration. We are doing our best to make sure places are clean, classrooms are organized, the toilets are intact.
Besides, special dispositions are at foot to strengthen the fight against COVID-19.
Upon arrival, we have to control their face mask, we have to control their hand sanitizers. Then at the level of the classrooms too, we displace the tables, the chairs in such a way that the social distancing of 1 meter. The hand washing spots too, we have to multiply them.
It is a bustling and hustling atmosphere at Van, the transportation hub of the nation's capital. Transport agencies report low passenger turnout, but expect a boom in the hours that follow. They are busy putting everything in place to ensure that passengers travel safely to their respective destinations.
The second term of the 2020-2021 school year officially kicks off tomorrow across the national territory. In some boarding schools in the capital city, Yaoundé, students have responded present on reopening day. Yoti Kaleli Songe was in some Anglo-Saxon secondary schools and now reports on the ambience.
Piel and her schoolmates looking forward to the second term in good spirits.
I'm very excited to be back in school. My resolution is to work harder.
Before they can gain access to the dormitory, they are checked for illegal things, while some of their parents wait in the queue to pay the second installment of school fees. This term, management says, is quite tricky.
This second term is equally loaded with a lot of extracurricular activities, like the Youth Week activities that will run from the 5th to the 11th of February. So the students need to be glued to their books, given that this term is a very decisive and critical term for the academic pursuit.
At this other mission school, the over 400 students are yet to resume.
Normally they could have been here by now, but we expect them now tomorrow as from 10 a.m. so that we start classes effectively on Tuesday.
Be it as it may, others are already in school.
The second term of the school year is here with its challenges. Coming right after the end of year festivities, it will take extra effort to get school children back to a studious mood coupled with a charged calendar of extracurricular activities and the pressure that the COVID-19 health crisis has imposed. It is speculated that this second term will be one full of challenges. Beatrice Losamba says more.
The second term of the school year is officially known as the most crucial term, the crux of the school year, so to speak, when schools get deep into the curricula. Coming right after heavy end-of-year feasting makes it particularly tough to get children back to a studious mood. A term full of extracurricular activities geared towards commemorating the Youth Day. And this second term is unique, happening in a particularly difficult context of COVID-19. schools have the pressure of keeping children whole and healthy while looking at the study timeline, which is particularly charged, given that the last school year was prematurely cut short as a precautionary measure to control the spread of coronavirus. Schools are thus faced with the challenge of taking classes up a notch higher to meet set goals. Another goal will be imbibing diligence in children, at the same time delivering soundness academically, socially, and psychologically in unusually challenging times.
So the second term resumes tomorrow. But away from that, the National Gendarmerie Road Safety Task Force has continued sensitizing and educating road users on the need to respect the highway code. The Road Safety Task Force has, however, continued punishing delinquent users who put their lives and the lives of innocent Cameroonians at risk. Kilian Datndifon reports on the activities of the Road Safety Squad along the Yaoundé-Douala National Road number 3. His report.
So I'm traveling, I'm thinking that. So when I noticed that, normally probably it's off
a kind and gentle government official on mission whose driver disrespected speed limits at the gendarmerie stop point and brought him to this on the Yaoundé-Douala highways today.
Non-respect of speed limits is tough on causes of road accidents. We sensitize and educate, but we get into repressive phase where there is delinquent behavior.
The gendarmerie is still firm on their guard against the spread of COVID-19 on the highways.
Many Cameroonians have abandoned barrier measures, unfortunately, but we insist on strict respect of the measures.
The National Gendarmerie Road Safety Task Force also controls personal documents and makes sure no dangerous objects are transported.
In the North region, the National Gendarmerie is determined to curb road accidents on the heels of the end-of-year festivities and back to school for the second term. The accident prevention and road safety campaign is intensified under the coordination of Colonel Sama Terence, commander of the Gulf Operation. Wilson Mengole tells us more.
A gendarme officer in Baila, National Road number 1 in the North region, giving reasons why a road user should be pinned down as a result of highway delinquents.
Like overspeeding and lack of some necessary equipment.
The National Gendarmerie is not out to repress, but to sensitize the public.
At a time when children are supposed to go back to school on Monday, and we are just from feasting, so many people on the highway today are not having all their faculties. So this is why we are here today, to sensitize, to prevent, and if possible to repress. One of our missions here is to sensitize road users to respect the anti-COVID measures that were prescribed by the government.
The National Gendarmerie, through such actions, is determined to keep the population and their property out of harm's way.
Now let's get into the second canto of this newscast and talk about our fight against the coronavirus pandemic. Health professionals in the far north region say the COVID-19 attack in that part of the country is under control and many more persons have been treated. The health professionals also call for more respect of barrier measures at the start of the new year 2021. Baldwin Sama is standing by at the Public Health Emergency Center, KUSP, with his guest, Dr. Celine Chida Maimusgore. Hello, Baldwin.
Good evening to you, Benin Bumagana. Tonight we take you to the far north region of the country to meet our guest, who is Dr. Celine Chida Maimusgore. She is the coordinator of the Far North Regional Center for the fight against epidemics. Dr. Celine Chida Maimusgore, good evening.
Good evening, Mr. Stama.
Explain to us how successful has been the campaign against the spread of COVID-19 transborder transmission in the far north region of the country 10 months after the first COVID-19 case was confirmed in Cameroon.
Thank you, Mr. Sama, for the interest shown in the far north region. Indeed, today we are in our 8th month of fight against the COVID-19 pandemic, a disease who affect us a lot because it was a new challenge. But very quickly, let us say it, with the establishment of the incident management system in the central level, and which we have reproduced in the regional level, we were able to organize and adapt the fight to our context of far north region. So today we record about 961 positive cases and 716 persons who have recovered.
Thank you so much for all those updates from the Far North region. Dr. Selim Chidamma-Rusgo, you are the coordinator for the Far North Regional Center for the Fight Against Epidemics. Those are the latest updates from the Far North region of the country. Back to you, Benin Bumagana.
Thank you very much, Baldwin Samafan Cayman. Christians from different denominations have been challenged to be peacemakers and pray to bring back peace to the restive regions of the Northwest and Southwest. This was during a nationwide interreligious week of prayers for peace and justice for Cameroon that took place at the Moliko Omnisport Stadium in Boya. Etel Edimo Lifita reports.
The Christians and Muslims who turned out at the Moliko Omnisport Stadium in one voice cried out to the Lord for help in order to bring back peace to the Anglophone regions, greatly affected by the ongoing crisis that has been rocking the region for over 4 years now.
We want to cry out that people who are disturbing the peace and the livelihoods of people, the stakeholders, should listen to us for once and allow people to go about their daily activities and live their lives freely as God intended them to live them.
Our faithfuls, you will not stop praying. In fact, it is the beginning. We have just started, and we are going to move into various towns. Time has come for us to ask God to forgive us.
The 3-hour-long interreligious prayers ended with a call from the religious authorities to the Christians of the Southwest region to remain steadfast in prayers and to be farmers of peace and harvesters of peace.
11 new members have joined the Catholic Men Association CMA of the St. Peter and Paul Anglophone Parish in Simbok, Yaoundé. Officiating at the dedication Holy Mass, the parish priest, Father Kizito Fobi, enjoined the servants of God to be true guides of the Christians through the path to heaven. Ewane Pole reports.
The Holy Mass at the St. Peter and Paul's Anglophone Parish of the Roman Catholic Church in Simbok, Yaoundé was marked by the dedication of 11 Christians selected to join the Catholic Men Association, CMA. Conducting the dedication rites, the parish priest enlightened them on their missions.
They must be exemplary husbands to their wives and children. Secondly, they must be fathers of the church, meaning that as fathers of the church, they have to take care of the material property of the church. If they need anything like land title, they are the people to go over that. And they take care of the church premises to make sure that it is not violated. They are to be missionaries.
The newly dedicated members, baptized Patience Batch of the CMA, went home filled with the power of the Holy Spirit.
Today they are becoming men of honor. In the spiritual sense, they are different. Today you become like Saint Joseph, who was the head of the Holy Family.
For them, it is a blessing being the first this new year 2021 to be dedicated to serve as leaders in the vineyard of Jesus Christ.
The 7:30 News Today spotlights two centenarians, Theodore and Esther Abesolo, who are celebrating 75 years of marriage. The couple lives in Kongejom, 12 kilometers from Ebolova in the South region. CRTV's Derrich Alengi followed the celebration of the couple by their children, grandchildren, and great-grandchildren and sent to us this report.
75 years of marriage and a love life that hasn't been a bed of roses is worth celebrating. An exceptional moment for Theodore and Esther Abosolo. Though age weighs them down, their enthusiasm has not faded out. It is an honor and a great pleasure for me to welcome you in Kongejom on the occasion of my marriage anniversary. Gathered at their residence in Kongejom, where their children, grandchildren, great-grandchildren and guests who through their voices, talking drums and vuvuzelas manifested their joy. I was born on the 26th of May 1958. It is a blessing and I can't even express the feeling I have now. Love story that has inspired many. I will do my best to emulate the teachings of my great-grandparents. A couple who toiled day and night to raise 12 children who today are the joy.
The first edition of a festive caravan to celebrate the new year, dubbed Douala Fiesta, has been officially launched in Manoka in the Douala 6 municipality. The caravan is an initiative of the Douala City Council and it constitutes, amongst others, the promotion of local culture. Chaired by Wuri's SDO Benjamin Butu, the ceremony was marked by donations to orphans, the elderly and persons living with disabilities. Dixon Ashu reports.
Fun and fanfare to conclude the year generally observed to have been a little heavy for everyone. And old-timers like George Dixon and Hugo Nyame were the guest artists to lighten up the mood. Douala Fiesta is maiden, and this island locality of wide cultural mix is celebrating in style.
I came here today to say hello to Manoka and to say Happy New Year to the inhabitants of Manoka. It is important to let them know that they are part of Douala.
Even in celebration, the plight of the people is still a concern. Manoka is an island that fits within the Vuri division, and here development is equally a necessity. The authorities have talked of making it ecologically fit.
We start with roads and we hope to attract more investors in Manoka.
In the meantime, the vulnerable population, notably orphans, the elderly and those living with disabilities, received New Year gifts in food items and basic necessities from the Douala City Council and partners to grace the New Year 2021.
Let's talk sports now. The ongoing pre-Chan mini football tournament taking place in Yaoundé ahead of the Chan proper today observed a break with 4 participating teams holding training sessions. After day 1 of play, each team has recorded 1 point after drawing their matches. Baldwin Sama has details.
Day 1 fixtures of the mini tournaments have confirmed the intentions of the 4 participating countries at the upcoming African Nations Championship. 2 matches played with 2 draws secured, 8 goals scored and no victory, telling signs of how useful this competition is to these teams to detect some lapses and better their game plan before the competition proper. After day 1 fixtures, each team has secured the points and at least scored and conceded goals, with the most prolific match that ended on a 3-3 draw between Zambia and Niger. This Monday, 2 fixtures are programmed, with Zambia to lock horns with Uganda at 4 p.m. while Cameroon's Intermediate Lions, in quest of their first victory in this mini tournament, will play against Niger at 6 p.m.
Thank you very much. It is with that note that we come to the end of this edition of the 7:30 News. Please stay by and watch the 8:30 with Atabadin Omar. I'll be back next Friday. God bless you.
On your face masks, to wash your hands regularly, and to consult a physician or any other health personnel if you notice any symptoms.